Okay, I come from a marketing background, and in marketing, the basic principle is that products compete for customers. We have a group of Highlanders supporters that are organizing an event which coincides with an event organized by PSL. So for us as Highlanders, we support both events. We will participate in both events and we will advertise for both events. Where the customer votes remains the same. You see, boycott is an interesting word. Is it boycott with a small p, small political, or is it a boycott in terms of product? Because when somebody walks into a shop and decides to buy Coca-Cola and not Fanta, it's you can either look at it and say they are buying Coca-Cola, or you can look at it and say they are boycotting Fanta. Here's the issue. I don't think they are not happy with 6,000 that Highlanders has been fined, because if they were not happy, they would not fundraise towards paying that 6,000. So I take it that they are happy with a small edge to say this is what we have. Highlanders has been fined for what have happened in Shamba. That cannot be changed possibly at the moment. So as members of Highlanders, we need to gather around and find a way of helping Highlanders pay the 6,000. If it was a boycott in its true sense, they would probably be asking Highlanders not to pay the 6,000. But these people are saying, no, let's pay. Let's work within the regulations of PSL. Whether we think PSL is correct or not correct, but let's work within the confines of their rules and regulations. And the rules and regulations say if there is anything of any sort that deserves a $6,000 fine, Highlanders will be charged and Highlanders should pay. So they're helping us to pay. You want to ask the same question to PSL and say, PSL, when you asked a big match like the Chibugu quarterfinal to be played at Watsanai, did you assess the risk in terms of the size of the field, the emergency exits, the construction that is there, the stones that are laying around? Did you assess the risk? Because football will always have a risk. If you want to play at Papa Field, there's always a risk that some people whose interests are not necessarily football will hijack the event and throw stones and sing songs that are derogatory and bring in political messages. That risk is always there. Should we sit at home therefore and not participate in events because of a risk which we know is always part of football? No, we will not sit at home. But we will do due diligence and try and assess the size of the risk and then weigh the options. Is this risk worth taking or not? What size is it? Should the risk turn into a reality? What is our capability of controlling it? These are the issues that should be brought to the table. And the people that are organizing the fundraiser, I'm sure we've been clear to them that they need to make those assessments and prepare adequately for that. Even we as Highlanders, we are trying to make sure that there's minimal. We talk to the people that are organizing the event. It is people that we trust. This is why we okay that they go ahead with this. We ask them what protocols do they have in place to ensure transparency and to ensure that the handling of money falls within the standards, the accounting standards that Highlanders is expected to keep. And we're satisfied that they are working within those limits.
As the CEO, are you going to attend both? BF and clubs?
You see, the problem with as CEO is that you are talking
As
about
Highlanders.
an office or as Highlanders. Yes, we will attend because we have an interest in both these functions. I see your question.
Right, CEO, organizers of these so-called protests are accusing the Highlanders leadership, mainly the executive, of not taking their concerns to PSL. Any moves to engage PSL in terms of the treatment that Highlanders is getting from this fight? Seeing that from the Chibuku Super Cup, Highlanders are not want.
See, we need to make certain things clear. When you organize a thing as big as what they're organizing, sometimes you have to bend the truth slightly in order to get the support of the people. Some of the things that have been said so that it garners sympathy from the Highlanders following, so that they can also participate in it's in marketing it's called a statement of buffering, where you exaggerate a situation so that you get the sympathy. The correct position is that, according to the rules and regulations of Chibuku Cup, all venues are neutral. So when we went to play in Wazanai, we knew that it is a neutral venue. We share the expenses, we share the profits, we share the losses, we even share the security. That is what it is officially. But of course, when there's a fine, you then get into the nitty-gritties of, as much as theoretically it's neutral, the practical reality is that we have no control. And we have addressed that issue with PSL. We actually were in a hearing day before yesterday and yesterday. And these issues were raised. So PSL is aware. We are just waiting for determination. But to PSL's credit, well, Simbabora was not at home. Highlanders was not at home. It was neutral. So it is fair that Zimbabwe is fined 6,000 and also fined 6,000. However, I am not saying it is fair for this fine to be 6,000, because you know in Zimbabwe, if you kill somebody, culpable homicide, if you drive reckless and you kill somebody, the fine is $200. So when you talk about 6,000, you start then to flinch and say, but it's clubs that agreed. You can't blame PSL for that. The clubs agreed that if this happens, this much is going to be paid. So maybe those are things that in another platform need to be relooked at and reviewed.